Hello guys, welcome back to Sports Bar, and today we are going to do a very unique video. Today we'll be talking about predictions of Premier League, where each team will finish and how they are going to do. As you can see, I have three columns: position, team, and actual finish. So the first two columns are my prediction and actual finish, and I'm just keeping some buffer to say that I means like for Spurs. I think Spurs are a 7 to 8 teams, eight test team, but there might be some things happening like Harry Kane might probably stay, so they will probably finish as so. For that kind of things, I have kept a third column as well, where it's actual finish. So I will try to explain you as we go on in the video, and you can see I have a very low budget thing going on over here. I have a word documents where I've created this table and all, and probably you can see you are sharing the screenshot top share. So it's a very low budget, I know, but just go with me and just enjoy the video. So we'll start off with the 20th position, that I feel probably everyone probably has put them on the 20th position, and I think Norwich City is going to finish 21st, 20th I guess, because they don't have much thing going on right now in their team. They have lost their main key player, Amey who was main player for them, was a key maker who created all the chances, and they have lost him. And there was talks around where Max Allen could also leave. So I think Norwich City probably not going to do much great things in this Premier League, and I expect them to finish bottom. And as alongside them, a new team that has come from the Championship, not a new team, but a team that is promoted from the Championship is going to finish 19, and that is Watford. Watford again, there's not much again going on there. I don't know much about who they have signed and all, but yeah, I don't feel that they might survive this season again. And in the 18th position, this might be a lot of shock for the other people. But after seeing them, they dropped a 2-1 lead to West Ham. So I will just first say the team name. So on 18th, I think Newcastle United is going to get relegated alongside Watford and Norwich City. I'm saying Newcastle United, and a lot of people would say that I might be wrong, and I might be wrong, on this one. But I do feel that they might not do well in this season. Last year, they were also relegation candidates, and they looked a little bit shaky, I thought. And although they were able to survive because of Joe Willock, he scored 6 goals in 6 games, in the last 6 games. They have signed Joe Willock as well. We all know they have signed Joe Willock, but I don't think it's going to be enough for them to stay up in the Premier League, and I think they are going to get relegated alongside Watford and Norwich City. So yeah, out of the relegation zone, I think Crystal Palace is going to be a team that is going to finish on the 17th position. I'm saying Crystal Palace is 17 because they have got Patrick Vieira, who does not have a lot of experience of coaching. It's his first major job, and I think so he had done some work in France, I guess. I don't remember which team he was with. I think so it was Nantes or Nice, any one of those teams. He did a good job, and he went to Emirates again. He failed over there, and now he's back into the Premier League. I think Crystal Palace might survive because of Wilfred Zaha and Eberechi Eze. They have Christian Benteke, who was scoring those goals in the later end of the season. So they might survive, but I don't see them doing posing much of a problem to other teams. So yeah, Crystal Palace is 17. So on 16th, I have put Burnley in 16th position, purely because they are going to play that type of football. What you can say, stick long and just play for the goal. They are going to target Ashley Barnes, Chris Wood, all these players. They do have what you can say, a mediocre side. Not good to probably finish in the top half, but not bad enough to get relegated. I feel that Sean Dyche has done a good job. Obviously, he has been in the Premier League for 6 years with Burnley, and not much to spend over there. He did not spend much. I think so. His net spend would be less than 100 million combined in 5-6 seasons. So I think he has done a great job, and I think Burnley will survive again this season. So yeah, that's why I've kept them in the 16th position. And in the 15th position, I have put Southampton in 15th. Southampton, why in 15th? Because last year, they were on the top of the Premier League table. I remember after I think so 8 games, I think so they were on the top of the table. They really just stopped the count and all. So I remember because of that. So they were on the top of the table, and after that, they just I think so. Dennings got injured after that, and they just dropped off from there. They were fighting a relegation battle, but at the end they comfortably managed to survive. And this is going to be same thing as well. They have lost Dennings. Dennings has gone to Aston Villa. I think they might what you can say struggle again in the Premier League. But again, they have Hassan Hotel, who has done I think so a great job again with Southampton, and I think so it might be enough for them to put them what you can say to make them in the Premier League. So yeah, up in the 14th, I think I have yes, I have a list on my phone. Before coming to this video, I have made a list. You might not see it. Give me a second. Yes, I made this list. You might not see, I guess. See, I made a list, so I'm just so that I don't forget. So I'm watching in the mobile and taking. So in the 14th place, I have Brentford, another team who has come up from the championship playoff. And looking at the Brentford side, this side looks decent enough to for Premier League. Premier League, at least for this season they look decent enough. And a lot of what you can say the promoter side, they want to, what they want to do is just stay one season in the Premier League and get that revenue so that they can put that they can utilize that money next season to bring in more players and to get better and better. So that is the main, what you can say, main project. As if we are coming from the championship side, that is the main objective to do, that is to survive. And they can survive. They have I think so Ivan Toney scored 30 plus goals last season, and I think so he was at the top of the list, top of the what you can say list where goals scored in the season in a single season. So yeah, I think so that would be enough for Brentford, I think, to survive. And I do feel like they are a team who will what you can say probably struggle against big teams, but against these teams like Southampton, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Watford, Norwich, they might probably what you can say, they probably would play well against those side. And you just need 40 points to stay up in the Premier League. That's 40 points, and probably you are safe. You are safe, and you are going to survive the Premier League season. So yeah, I have Brentford in the 14th, and in the 13th, I have put Leeds United. Now everyone everyone was praising Leeds last season. At the start of the first game that they played against Liverpool, that 4-3 dramatic game, everyone was praising Leeds for their workload on the pitch, their stamina, their physical rate, their attacking and defensive work rate. Everyone was praising them, but after some time, the players got tired, and fatigue started to creep in, and a lot of what you can say, the precision, or you can say intensity of the games. Players dropped down, and they finished I think so 10th or 11th last season. And I do expect them to do the same thing here. A lot of people are talking about the second season syndrome. I don't think Leeds are going to suffer from second season syndrome. They do have good players. They have not made much signing, but they have made Jack Harrison's deal a permanent one, so he's going to stay at Leeds at a long time. So yeah, other than that, I don't think Leeds are probably going to make it into the top 10. They might get fatigued again. Again, the same thing will happen. They will what you can say, start at the end of December. They will be probably 8th and 9th, and after that they will start to drop off because of the fatigue, and they might I've predicted them to finish 13. So yeah, just a break. And so at the 12, I have put Brighton and Hove Albion. Last season, everyone was making fun of Brighton. Everyone was calling them the XG merchant. They had high XG, but they were not able to finish those chances. And this year, I think so. They would they have Graham Potter, who everyone talks about him being a great coach and a good coach. For a Brighton team, he's a great coach, and everyone talks about him. I think my friend Gunjan, who he said that they might finish top 10, but I'm not going to put them in the top 10 because I feel Aston Villa, Everton, then your West Ham, Leicester, they are probably better than Brighton. They have miles ahead, not miles ahead, but they have competitively. If you look at the teams, the Euro teams are far ahead than Brighton and Hove Albion. So I think that top 10 finish for Brighton and Hove Albion would probably be what you can say huge task for them. They might do it, but I don't think they are going to do it. So I put Brighton and Hove Albion on the 12th position. On the 11th, I have Wolves. Wolverhampton Wanderers on the in the 11th. They lost Nuno Espirito, Nuno to Spurs, who's Nuno has joined Spurs to manage them. So they have they brought in Bruno Lar. I've heard some things about Bruno Lar, where some people have described when his teams are in the motion, or you can say when his teams are playing good, they are probably the best team to watch out for. And when they are bad, they are utterly bad. And after watching a few games, I think I watched their Spurs one, Wolves Spurs, that they lost 1-0. They created 20 odd chances, shooting chances, but they were not able to finish them. And I think they might do better. They might probably think I think they might break into the top 10. But again, as I said, the teams in Aston Villa, Everton, Leeds, then just Spurs, West Ham, they are way ahead than Wolves right now. And I think they might do decently. They have Raul Jimenez, who has come back into the squad after his head injury. Adama Traore looks good. I watched him against Spurs, and he was at least he was good. Everyone was talking that Adama Traore is nothing but a pace and style merchant. But he did well against Spurs. Especially against Tanganga and Oliver Skip. He was just spinning around them, and everyone had a hard time defending against every Spurs player had a hard time defending against him. So I think Wolves is going to finish 11th because of because of nothing. I just think they will finish 11th. So now we'll move on to the top 10 here. Where I can probably give. I just spare what you can say speed run from 20 to 11th, because I don't watch much of these teams. Sometimes I do watch their games, but in the recent times I have been a little busy, so I have not been able to watch their games. But now from the top 10 teams, I have probably watched their games at least one time, so I watched, so I can talk more about it. So I will little bit go slow from forward onward, from this point onwards. And in the 10th place, taking that last spot in the top half will be Everton. Everton have brought in Rafa Benitez as the manager. Carlo Ancelotti left for Real Madrid, and they have brought in Everton. How I think so. He's a good manager. Everyone at Newcastle United, wanted to keep him, but Mike Ashley had different reasons. He's a good manager. The players that they have signed, I am not excited about those players. Last year, they were doing good. Richarlison was firing. Dominic Calvert-Lewin was scored 15 odd goals, something like that. So last year they were fighting, and last year, they really looked like a team, who would finish, who would probably play Europa League next season. But again, they dropped off massively. They dropped off massively and finished somewhere. I think so. They finished 10th again. So yeah, again, I don't believe they are on the level against again on the level of Aston Villa and your Leicester's and your West Ham to break into top 6. And yeah, that's it. Everton finishing 10th. So in the 9th place, and we have a first big 6 team. I have put Arsenal on the 9th position. Arsenal, why? Because again they are struggling a lot, and the signings that they have made, Ben White, 23-year-old Ben White. Then they have got Albert Sambi Lokonga, who is I think so 21 years old. Nuno Tavares, they have got, who is 19 years old. They have got Martin Odegaard, 21 years old. Aaron Ramsdale, I don't think he's what you can say. They have spent the most money in the Premier League, other than any Premier League club. And I still feel that they are going to finish 9th, because the signings they have made are it's just not Arsenal level signings, that the Arsenal used to make during the Wenger season, Wenger era. And they are struggling a lot. If they what you can say, if they get rid of Arteta as quickly as possible, probably I will give Arteta a chance until October end or November. If we are not around somewhere around 8th or 9th place, then it's probably time for Arteta to leave, to the board, to sack Arteta. I will give him around November, I guess, for him to at least get somewhere, at least somewhere around 8 to 9 position. And if he is not there by that end of November, then it's probably by my the board should sack him and get in another replacement. And after watching their game against Bedford, they had nothing to what you can say look while going forward. They relied heavily on Emil Smith Rowe and Kieran Tierney, who had a good what you can say good partnership going on that left side. But again, Smith Rowe had to go from the left to right. He had to move from right to left, from one side to another side. And it's his job. He's a number 10. He has that freedom to roam. But again, Pepe was alone on the right side. Callum Chambers was not moving ahead, providing. So there are a lot of problems. Defensively, I used to say that defensively Arsenal are a very good side. But after seeing those performances, after even Brentford bullied them while defending. So I'm starting to doubt in Arteta right now, and I'm in a lot of doubt. And if he doesn't get this Arsenal team around 8 or 9 position by the end of the November, then I would probably start saying Arteta out. So yeah, this is about Arsenal. They are going to struggle again and probably finish ninth. So in the eighth place, I have got Aston Villa. Uh, so they have lost Jack Grealish to Manchester City, but I don't think that is going to be much problem because they have brought in Leon Bailey, they have brought in Buendia, as I said earlier, they have brought in Danny Ings. Uh, Again, so all these attacking wise, I think Aston Villa might do well. They struggled against Watford 3-2, but again Watford promoted side. There's going to be a buzz around the stadium like Brentford had against Arsenal. So there's going to be buzz around the stadium. The fans are going to cheer them, and the players are going to probably feel like they are in the Premier League. They should give 110, 120%. So that's what you can say. And the first and it was the first game of the season. So it is what you can say bearable loss for Aston Villa. But after that, they bounced back 2-0 against Newcastle. So I do, I thought they might get into the top six and probably qualify for the Europa League. But again, after looking after heavy consideration and after looking other teams playing, I thought that they might not get into that and they might struggle to get into top six. So yeah, I've put them on the eight. At the seventh, I have Leicester in the seventh. Just let me type it over here. So yeah, I have put Leicester City on seventh. I will give you the reason why I put Leicester City because now I think the players they might have lost them. They might have lost their will because again they were so close to Champions League football. They lost it on the final day or both the times against Manchester United and against Spurs. So yeah, I think they that might creep into their minds and that would create a self doubt in the players. Again, Leicester City are a good side. I like to watch their games a lot. I watched their West Ham game, where they lost 4-1, and it was probably because of red card they lost 4-1. Otherwise, they would have at least got a point from the West Ham. West Ham were phenomenal. I will come on to West Ham after later. But Leicester City are not a pushover, and I think this might get them into Europe somehow. Europa Conference League would be good. Probably they might not contend for Champions League spot, but but seventh position is also again fair enough for them considering how the big teams have reinforced themselves in the transfer video. Upcoming now, these are the Europa League spots and is the European spot, the main European spot. And at the sixth position, I have West Ham United in the sixth. West Ham, they got a victory, 4-2 victory against Newcastle. They got a 4-1 victory against Leicester. Their attack looks firing. They might have to improve on defense, but their attack looks solid. They can outscore their opponents, and I probably would have kept them on fifth position above Spurs, but I think Spurs are going to retain Harry Kane. They are going to keep Harry Kane for one more season, and he's going to push them ahead. And I think West Ham again they will probably I think they might fall behind Leicester City because no both the teams are, I think so both teams are playing in the Europa League. So yeah, they are playing in the Europa League as well. I think so they would like to focus on the Europa League. They might struggle somewhat in the later end of the season when they qualify for the knockouts of the Europa League. But I think they have that squad right now. They have the squad depth that can take through this and probably get again European place next season. And they are looking phenomenal as well. They are attacking, as I said, they're I watched the 1.5 games. I watched the Newcastle 1.5 on the half. They are using their flanks exceptionally well. They are what you can say quickly moving ahead. They are quick in attack, quick in transition, counter attack. Also, they are looking very good on that. Just get that defense sorted. Try and keep clean sheets. Don't concede those silly goals. Try and have to keep some clean sheets. Probably you might West Ham would probably challenge for the UEFA Champions League. But yeah, just try to have that clean sheet. Defending, just do a little bit of good in defending. Attacking, you are doing excellent. Just keep just work on your defense, and you might finish off. So yeah, on the fifth, I have Tottenham Hotspurs. In the fifth, I think so. No, they are going to as I said, they are going to retain Harry Kane for one more season, and he is going to take them to. I'm not thinking they are going to probably finish off because the sign the amount of the teams, the top four teams that I think right now on Premier League: Liverpool, Chelsea, City, and United. They are their squad looks far more better than Spurs. The signings that they have made are probably world class signings. Liverpool have not made signings, but again they do have world class players in their squad. So I think Spurs are probably there would be I think there is going to be a lot more gap between the fourth place team and the fifth place team. Sure, 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be your close one. Then your 5 to 9, I guess 5 to 8 or 9. They are going to be close enough, and the rest of the Premier League is going to be again close enough. So I think Spurs are good enough. Right? No, I watched both of their games. Against City, they were phenomenal. Against Wolves, they struggled against Wolves, but defensively they look solid. Going forward, they lacked Harry Kane, someone who's going to drop in the midfield to take those balls and link up those play. They lacked Harry Kane because of that. But again, as I said, they are going to keep Harry Kane. And defensively, they looked really good. Even though they considered 20 shots against Wolves, they could have considered, but again, they hold on to that clean sheet. And against City also, they hold on to that clean sheet. So they are well on their way to at least get fifth position and get Europa League football next season. So now top four, we'll talk about the top four, the main thing, the main show. And at fourth position, I have probably Manchester United in the fourth place. So now you guys, you might say they have got Jadon Sancho, they have got Rafael Varane, and how are you keeping them in the fourth spot? Well, I'm doing this because because of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's not the kind of a coach that could probably lead players like Pogba, Bruno Fernandes. Then you are Rafael Varane and Jadon Sancho. He's not the kind of a player who is going to tactically outsmart his opponent. And when it comes to the big games against probably Spurs, then your City, then not City, then your Liverpool, then your Chelsea, where he might get tactically outsmart, and he would resent to what you can say, playing a lot of defensive football. Not going to say park the bus, but a little bit defensive football. Not committing men forward, not pushing them forward. That's why everyone was booing them when they played those big teams, and got a lot of 0-0 draws. So yeah, I think because of that, Manchester United, I've kept them in the fourth position. So yeah, on the third, I think Liverpool is going to be finishing third on in the third. Liverpool, I'm keeping them third because City have a better squad strength than them, and Chelsea again have a better squad strength than them, and Liverpool, when they go into the what you can say March, there is going to be a lot of fatigue, whereas Chelsea players would be fresh enough. Tuchel and Pep can afford to rotate, whereas Klopp cannot afford to rotate too much in his team. So that's the reason why I've keeping them in third position. Otherwise, Liverpool are fantastic squad. They are going to be definitely they are definitely going to be in the title race. Even Manchester United, I think, is going to be in the title race. But when it will come down to the wire, when it will come down to April end and the early stage of the May, that is where Liverpool are going to struggle a lot if they go deep into the Champions League, and that is the reason why I've kept them in the third position. So yeah, now we have only two positions left, the first and the second. I'm going to reveal the first one first, and the team that I think is going to win the Premier League is going to be this one, Chelsea. Chelsea, they have got Lukaku in. They have I don't who have they signed again? I don't remember any other player they have signed other than Lukaku, and Lukaku is a good enough signing, and their squad is again what you can say, a better squad. They could have probably won. They could have probably finished second or third if Tuchel had joined a little bit earlier. So I think they are going to finish first. They have Lukaku, they have Havertz, Mason Mount, they have Kante, they have Kovacic, they have Jorginho, they have Rudiger, who has had a decent season. Then they had this new kid Trevor Chalobah coming to the ranks. Then they have Azpilicueta, Marcos Alonso. He's probably not good defending wise, but he's good for when going forward. The same can be said about who was that player? Benjamin Mendy. Same could be said about Benjamin Mendy. Defensively not good, but while going forward, they are probably best player, best fullbacks while going forward. Probably not better than Alexander Arnold and Robertson, but they are there about. They're there about. So yeah, Chelsea's. I'm going to put them Chelsea as the Premier League winner, and we all know who the second place team is going to be Manchester City. I think Pep should focus on the Champions League this time, because last time he got into the semi-final. Last time yeah, they got out on quarterfinals. They have been getting out on quarterfinals recently, but last time they made it in the final and they lost the final. So I probably think he if City go deep into the Champions League, probably quarterfinals, semi-final, then he would probably put all of his attention on Champions League. Sure, he will say that no, we are going to win every tournament. Every tournament matters to him, but deep inside, we all know he wants to win the Champions League with City. He wants to win the Champions League after 10 years. Deep all we all know that his desire is to win Champions League with City, and that is where it might cost them in the Premier League. So yeah, this is the whole table: Chelsea, Man City first and second, Liverpool third, Manchester United fourth, Tottenham Hotspur fifth, West Ham sixth, Leicester seventh, Aston Villa eighth, Arsenal nine, Everton 10th. This is my Premier League predictions. This probably would probably I would have probably spoken a lot faster, and I'm sorry for that, but I'm alone in this video. If Amey was here, I would have probably gone a little bit slowly. But yeah, I'm in a hurry to complete this video, and yeah, I'm not going to take much more time of you. I'm going to end it here now, everyone. Thanks for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe it. So please like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. For until more video, we will see you in the next one. Peace out.